Hello and welcome. If you are living with depression or supporting someone who is, this video is for you. Depression is common, it affects people of all ages and backgrounds, and yet many people still feel misunderstood, judged, or blamed for how they feel. Today, according to the World Health Organization, WHO, an estimated 5.7% of adults worldwide suffer from depression globally. In Canada, the annual prevalence of major depressive disorder is about 4.7%. while the lifetime prevalence is about 11.3%, meaning roughly 1 in 9 Canadians will experience depression at some point in life. Depression costs $32 billion productivity, representing approximately 1.5% of the Canadian GDP. In this episode, I want to approach depression differently, not as a personal weakness, not as a character flaw, but as a whole body condition influenced by biology, lifestyle, environment, and the nervous system. Using the Homesteadication framework, I will explain why depression develops and how natural supportive strategies can help improve mental health alongside appropriate medical care. Depression is often described as a chemical imbalance. While brain chemistry matters, this explanation is incomplete. Mood does not exist only in the brain. It is influenced by sleep, nutrition, inflammation, hormones, stress, movement, and social connection. This is why two people with similar life events can experience depression very differently. Depression is not a single cause condition, it is a systems condition. Here is an important idea. The brain is a highly metabolic organ. It needs steady energy, proper nutrients, good sleep, a calm nervous system. When these needs are not met over time, mood regulation becomes more difficult. This does not mean depression is your fault. It means the system has been under strain, and systems can be supported. This is where Homesteadication comes in. Homesteadication focuses on 5 pillars: nutrition, movement, sleep, stress, environment. Each pillar sends signals to the brain about safety, energy availability, and resilience. Let's explore how. First, nutrition. The brain uses a large amount of energy. Highly processed foods, rapid blood sugar swings, and nutrient-poor diets can worsen fatigue, anxiety, and low mood. Stable blood sugar matters for emotional stability. Meals that include adequate protein, fiber-rich vegetables, healthy fats help provide steady fuel for the brain. Following nutrients contribute to improving the mood. 1. Omega-3 fatty acids found in fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, flaxseed, chia seeds, walnuts, essential for cell membrane fluidity and optimal neurotransmitter signaling. 2. Amino acids, tryptophan, tyrosine. Tryptophan, precursor to serotonin. Tyrosine, precursor to dopamine and norepinephrine. Sources: poultry, dairy, nuts, seeds, soy. 3. B vitamins, especially B6, B12, folate, crucial for methylation reactions and synthesis of serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine. Low folate and B12 linked with higher risk of major depression. Sources: leafy greens, legumes, whole grains, eggs, meat, fortified cereals. 4. Vitamin D, also called sunshine vitamin, influences serotonin production. Deficiency is common in northern climates like Canada. Sources: sunlight exposure, fatty fish, fortified milk, supplements. 5. Minerals: magnesium, zinc, iron, selenium. Magnesium, calming effect on the nervous system, low levels linked to anxiety and depression. 6. Antioxidants and polyphenols. Diets rich in fruits, vegetables, green tea, and dark chocolate provide antioxidants that protect the brain from oxidative stress, which contributes to depression. 7. Anti-inflammatory diet. Depression is partly an inflammatory condition. Diets rich in anti-inflammatory foods, omega-3 as berries, turmeric, leafy greens reduce depressive symptoms. 8. Gut-brain axis. Gut microbiota influences mood through neurotransmitter production and immune regulation. Responsible of up to 90% of serotonin production, probiotics. Yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and prebiotics, fiber-rich foods, may improve depressive symptoms. The gut-brain axis is at the base of development of a new medical discipline, Nutritional psychiatry, a growing field of medicine championed by the Australian researcher and professor Dr. Felice Jacka. It studies how food and nutrition influence mental health, including mood, anxiety, and depression. A 2023 meta-analysis found that Mediterranean diet was associated with about 20% reduction of depressive symptoms. Foods to limit or avoid: highly processed foods, refined carbs, fast food, packaged snacks, linked to inflammation and worsened depression. Excess sugar, blood sugar spikes and crashes affect mood regulation. Excess alcohol, depressant effects, nutrient depletion, poor sleep. Caffeine in excess worsens anxiety, disrupts sleep, aggravates mood swings. This is not about perfection, it is about nourishment, which resonates with the first pillar of Homesteadication movement. Make your food to be your first medicine. If so far you find that this video is beneficial, please subscribe to our channel Medilink Talks, so you do not miss such research-backed and updated videos in the future. Second, movement has powerful effects on mood. When we move our bodies through walking, stretching, strength training, or gentle aerobic activity, the brain releases mood-supporting chemicals, such as endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. These chemicals help improve motivation, reduce emotional pain, and create a sense of well-being. Regular movement also reduces inflammation, which is increasingly linked to depression. Improves sleep quality, a key factor in emotional regulation. Stabilizes blood sugar, helping prevent energy and mood crashes. Reduces stress hormones like cortisol. Strengthens the brain's ability to adapt and recover. Movement does not need to be intense. In fact, during depression, gentle movement is often more effective. Walking, stretching, light resistance, or time outdoors can improve mood and energy without overwhelming the nervous system. The rule is that you need to pick what you like so that it doesn't become like a chore. Movement is medicine, not punishment. Third, sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, neither a sign of laziness, but it is brain repair. It is a foundational pillar of mental health. When sleep is disrupted or insufficient, the brain's ability to regulate mood, emotions, and stress is significantly impaired. Poor sleep affects neurotransmitters such as serotonin and dopamine, increases inflammation, and heightens stress hormone levels, all of which can worsen depressive symptoms. Within the Homesteadication framework, prioritizing regular restorative sleep through consistent bedtimes, reduced screen exposure at night, natural light during the day, and a calm sleep environment helps the brain recover, improves emotional resilience, and enhances the effectiveness of all other lifestyle interventions used in the natural management of depression. A 2025 meta-analysis of 54 studies by BMC Public Health found that improved sleep quality was associated with a significant reduction in depressive symptoms compared with standard care in adults. Conversely, a multi-cohort research and longitudinal studies find a poor sleep quality consistently associated with higher levels of depression, highlighting the importance of sleep as a modifiable risk factor for depressive symptoms. Sleep and depression are deeply connected. Poor sleep worsens mood. Low mood disrupts sleep. This creates a vicious cycle that needs to be broken in order to successfully manage depression. Fourth, stress management. Chronic stress is one of the most powerful drivers of depression. When stress remains unaddressed, the body stays in a constant state of alert with elevated stress hormones, such as cortisol, which disrupt mood-regulating neurotransmitters, increase inflammation, and impair sleep. A persistent sense of stress often comes not only from external pressures, but from living without clarity, meaning, or direction. When a person lacks a sense of purpose, the brain remains in a state of uncertainty and threat, which fuels chronic stress and worsens depressive symptoms. Within the Homesteadication framework, discovering and reconnecting with one's life purpose, whether through meaningful work, service to others, faith, creativity, relationships, or personal values, acts as a powerful stress regulator. Purpose gives the nervous system a sense of coherence and safety, reduces excessive stress, hormone activation, and helps individuals endure challenges with greater resilience. In my practice, I find that the majority of my depressed patients do not know their life purpose. I therefore add this additional question on life purpose at the end of the PHQ-9 questionnaire, the validated 9 questions used by doctors and psychologists to diagnose depression. Discovering one's life purpose is crucial to lead a fulfilled life, as it gives a direction, a meaning, which usually lack to depressed people's lives. Discovering life purpose and putting it to the benefit of the humanity is the best formula preached by wealthy people for wealth creation, a way to avoid financial stress, which is common source of stress and depression. Simple daily practices such as slow breathing, daily life in meaning, mindfulness, prayer or meditation, time in nature, social connection, and setting healthy boundaries help shift the body from a state of survival to a state of restoration. By calming the nervous system, stress management improves emotional regulation, enhances resilience, and allows other lifestyle interventions like nutrition, movement, and sleep to work more effectively in the management of depression. Clinical evidence, including systematic reviews and randomized trials, shows that mindfulness-based stress management programs can significantly reduce depressive symptoms across age groups. Fifth, environment. Depression is not only influenced by what happens inside the brain, but also by the environment in which the brain lives. Human beings evolved in environments rich in natural light, fresh air, nature, social connection, and meaningful activity. Modern environments often lack these elements, and this mismatch can worsen or maintain depressive symptoms. Let us explore how the environment can naturally support healing from depression. First, natural light and sunlight. Natural light and sunlight are essential for mental health. Regular exposure to daylight, especially in the morning, helps regulate the body's circadian rhythm. This improves serotonin production during the day and melatonin release at night, supporting mood, energy, and sleep. In 2017, a paper published by Lam and Walker demonstrated that 20 to 30 minutes of outdoor daylight daily has been shown to improve depressive symptoms. Second, nature exposure. Nature exposure plays a powerful therapeutic role. Spending time in green spaces like parks, forests, and gardens reduces stress hormones and calms overactive brain regions involved in rumination. Nature exposure improves attention, emotional regulation, and lowers inflammation, all important factors in depression. Research have proven that even brief or urban nature exposure provides measurable mental health benefits. A well-studied example of this is the Japanese practice known as Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. Forest bathing does not involve exercise or hiking. It refers to slow, mindful immersion in a forest environment engaging all five senses. Research from Japan shows that forest bathing reduces cortisol, lowers heart rate and blood pressure, activates the parasympathetic or rest and repair nervous system. In 2010, Leakey and Park demonstrated that these effects directly counter the chronic stress physiology seen in depression. Trees also release natural compounds called phytoncides, which, when inhaled, improve immune regulation and reduce inflammation, highlighting that forests affect mental health through both psychological and biological pathways. In Canada, many physicians are now using a program called PRX, Park Prescription, which allows licensed healthcare professionals to prescribe time in nature, including forest walks, park visits, and contact with natural environments as part of a treatment or health plan. This program was launched in British Columbia in 2020 and has since expanded to other provinces such as Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Quebec. Third, the living environment and built space. Cluttered, noisy, poorly ventilated spaces increase cognitive load and stress. In contrast, calm, organized, well-lit and well-aerated environments reduce mental fatigue and promote emotional stability. Small changes in the home environment can meaningfully support recovery. Fourth, social connectivity. Social environment and isolation are critical factors in depression. Chronic loneliness has been shown to increase depression, anxiety, and mortality risk. In 2015, a paper by Holt-Lundstad et al. Found that isolation has been estimated to have a health impact equivalent to smoking approximately 15 cigarettes per day. Recognizing the seriousness of this issue, the United Kingdom established a dedicated Ministry of Loneliness in 2018, acknowledging loneliness as a major public health concern. Supportive human connection reduces stress hormones, increases oxytocin, and improves emotional resilience. Fifth, digital environment and social media. The digital environment influences mental health. Constant screen exposure, notifications, and negative news cycles keep the nervous system in a state of chronic alertness. Research by Twenge et al. In 2018 confirmed that limiting screen time, especially before bedtime, improves sleep and mood regulation. Digital addiction is an increasingly common and emerging diagnosis in psychiatry. Sixth, contact with soil and natural microbiome. An often overlooked environmental factor is contact with soil and the natural microbiome. A bacterium found naturally in soil called Mycobacterium vaccae has been shown to stimulate serotonin production and reduce stress-related inflammation in animal and early human studies. Exposure to natural environments, gardening, and soil contact may therefore support mood and stress resilience through immune-brain pathways. Mycobacterium vaccae improves mental health by calming the immune system, reducing inflammation, activating the vagus nerve, and improving serotonin-mediated stress resilience. Beneficial microbes like Mycobacterium vaccae act through the gut-brain axis to support serotonin signaling, engaging the same mood-regulating pathway targeted by common antidepressants like Paxil, Celexa, Zoloft, all of which belonging to a class of medications called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors SSRIs. Within the Homesteadication framework, it explains why. Environment is medicine. Nature exposure is biologically therapeutic. Mental health is inseparable from immune health. In summary, within the Homesteadication framework, environment is not passive. It is active medicine. By improving light exposure, nature contact, air quality, social connection, digital habits, and emotional safety, we create the conditions in which the brain can recover and heal. Sometimes the path out of depression does not begin with a prescription, but with changing the environment in which healing takes place. While medications can be appropriate and life-saving for some individuals and in certain circumstances, many people, however, benefit from strengthening these foundational lifestyle pillars, either alone or alongside medical care. Thank you for watching and take care of your health. Please comment and tell me from which country do you watch this video from.